Now, the Western Cape is reeling from a wave of shack fires over the past week. At least 8 incidents have been reported. 7 of those occurred in the city of Cape Town. It's left many families devastated and displaced, particularly in informal settlements. The most recent tragedy took place in Nomzamo, where 1 person died. Today, humanitarian aid organization Gift of the Givers will host a Christmas celebration for those affected by the recent fires. Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi is in the Nomzamo area and joins us now. Nasiphi, one can imagine that it's a very difficult time for those that have been affected.
Well, that is indeed true, but before we get into the festivities or the fires that have occurred previously, we woke up again to the news that 2 more shack fires have ravaged through 2 different informal settlements. One of those informal settlements being in Nomzamo once again, and also Dunoon, which is hit for a second time. Roughly around 217 structures in both Nomzamo and Dunoon just this morning alone have been affected, and you can imagine the number of people that have now been left displaced on Christmas Day. And leading up to this particular day, there's also been about 8 fires throughout the Western Cape, majority of them occurring in the city of Cape Town, Dunoon, Masiphumelele, Nomzamo, including Paarl being one of those communities that have been affected. And as we put it, today the Gift of the Givers is planning to turn, the frowns upside down and ensure that those that have been affected by the shack fires have a little bit of Christmas or rather have some Christmas joy to spread with them, for them to just be happy, even if it is for an hour. But to talk to us more about not only the shack fires, but today's celebration, Christmas celebrations, I'm joined by Ali Sablé. Ali, thank you so much for your time. But talk to us about the initiative of Christmas joy and spreading Christmas joy to those affected by the fires.
Thank you. So as you know, Gift of the Givers is currently busy with 10 fires in the last 8 days in many informal settlements around the Western Cape. When we got on site in Masiphumelele, we saw the state of devastation where mothers informed us that they just received their stokvel, buying new clothing for their children. All that's completely burnt out. Getting on site here yesterday, where unfortunately 1 person has passed on, we could see the distress amongst the children going through the rubble. There was no actual joy for them. So we thought we'll come with a soft approach today by bringing along Father Christmas and giving to each child a sweet pack, providing hot meals to all 10 sites we are visiting today with hot meals, cool drinks, and of course the other basic needs that require over the next few days.
Do we know how many people have been affected in the past 8 to 9 days, as you put it, 10 shack fires? How many people have been affected thus far?
Definitely 1,000 plus. Just yesterday when we were in the Stofland informal settlement in Dorens, that was 270 people. The one in Masiphumelele is about 480 people, and the numbers just go on. Then we have the Kosovo in Philippi, another big one. We had the 2 in Dunoon. This morning the mega one in Dunoon, where a couple of hundred of structures have burnt out. So the numbers are definitely 1,000 plus just in this last 8 days.
And obviously these fires don't start themselves. We are in the thick of fire season. The southeasterly winds are also not helping the situation. What do you have to say to residents that are living in densely populated communities?
We ask them to take extra precautions because year after year we're sitting in the same position. And some of the informal settlements over the last few years, we have visited more than 3 times. Knowing that the southeasterly wind is blowing, do not be negligent of leaving your stove on or a candle on. And in the case in Kosovo, there was an illegal connection where the roof caught fire, and within seconds, the whole informal settlement was up in flames. So we ask residents to take that extra precautions, and especially if you're intoxicated, to not, if you know you are drinking, put off the appliances, then you can enjoy yourself. Because when your structure goes up a light, not only affecting your family, you're affecting the whole community. And unfortunately, yesterday 1 person has passed on here, and it takes a lifetime for these people to rebuild their lives.
And Ali, would you say that there's been an increase in shack fires, particularly during the December period? I know that you'll be going back to Dunoon after this interview.
Most definitely. From the 1st of December till currently, we have attended more than 17 informal settlement fires in the Western Cape alone. And we see those numbers increase. This year was one of the most busiest years ever for us. as we had to be in some days 3 informal settlements on one day that's currently on fire. In the last 24 hours, in the last 48 hours, in one day it was Nasiphi, then Stofflan in Dorens, and then the one we received at 3 a.m. from Wagabiki informal settlement where we currently are, of people informing us that the structures are up in flames and all the belongings are burnt out. Back to schools not too far away, new school uniform, stationery, we just take these people months to save, completely gone. And the most important documents, the ID documents, etc., for them to get the government grants is also burnt out. So we hope this can be a lesson for other informal settlements to follow, to take that extra precautions.
And then there is also another fire that occurred in Nomzamo this morning around 3 a.m. if I'm correct. What kind of assistance are you providing there?
We will provide those families with hot meals, blankets, toiletries, clean drinking water, personal GK item packs, baby care packs. That's the immediate needs. And once these people are back in their homes, we're providing each family with a food hamper. But we just don't come one day and leave. We see to the daily meals of the families for up to 7 days. And sometimes there is a plea for extension. So our intervention will be immediate. The immediate intervention will be hot meals and to see to their basic humanitarian needs in terms of meals, water, etc. And the long-term one will be food hampers and stationery and school uniform.
And then back to today, it is Christmas Day. It's supposed to be a joyous occasion where people are celebrating with loved ones, breaking bread. However, for these fire victims, that is not going to happen. Talk to us about the other places where you'll be extending the Christmas joys to.
We will be going to the first fire site, we will in Nasiphi, then there's this one, and there's the one in Dunoon, 3 fire sites in Dunoon, Kosovo, Stofflan informal settlement in Dorens, Kosovo Philippi, and then we will Chester Williams informal settlement in Paul. So we'll be spreading that festive joy to all those people. Yesterday in Dorens as well, because of the logistics, we gave those people Christmas food hampers, which they didn't expect. So at least they can cook something for their families and have a decent meal for the day of Christmas.
Thank you so much. That is Ali Sablé there. I'll just ask my colleague to show you Santa there, hard at work here in Wagabiki, in Nomzamo, sharing the Christmas joy with those that have been affected by the fires. We're hearing now from Gift of the Givers that 10 fires in about 9 days, majority of those fires occurring within the city of Cape Town. Places like Masiphumelele, notorious for shack fires, particularly during this period, including communities like Dunoon, where he's saying that this is the 3rd shack fire that they are responding to as Gift of the Givers, including places like Paarl and as far as Dorens. 2 fires occurring in Nomzamo, leaving a number of people displaced. Just yesterday, the city of Cape Town also confirming that with the fire that occurred here in Wagabiki, they can confirm also a death due to smoke inhalation. And it is quite a sad moment for these residents, however, for just a short period, bringing that Christmas joy to them and ensuring that their children get party packets on Christmas Day, taking into account that they've lost all their life's work, their furniture, belongings, including the Christmas food and groceries rather, and clothes that they were working towards, and ensuring that they have a nice Christmas and break bread with family on this particular day.
Certainly a difficult situation, made a little bit more, shall we say, joyful at this stage. Nasiphi, thank you so much for that reporting. Festive greetings to you too as well on this day. Thank you so much for your reporting.